Hi, boys and girls. So we're going to be talking about Ohio's wetlands and how the wetlands were changed by the settlers that came to Ohio. And then we're going to see a little kind of portrayal of this acted out in my backyard. So first I wanted to share this article with you. This article, I'm going to read it to you in case you need some help with the reading. It's called Ohio's Wetland Wonderlands. And when we read this, I want you to pay attention to what did the settlers do to change the wetlands when they came to Ohio. Ohio used to be covered with a lot of wetland areas where it was really swampy, and different animals and organisms lived in those wetlands. And a lot of those wetlands aren't here in Ohio anymore today. So here's the article. You can follow along with me on the screen. It's called Ohio's Wetland Wonderlands. Do you know what a wetland is? Have you ever visited one? Wetlands are just like their name. They are wet lands. They are wet or muddy, but not usually as deep as ponds or lakes. Ohio used to have many wetlands. The biggest was the Great Black Swamp. Located in northwest Ohio, it was over 120 miles long and about 40 miles wide. This is about the size of the state of Connecticut. It took many days to cross this forested swamp. Often travelers were forced to wade through deep mud, covering only a mile a day. It was not a popular place to travel. To Native Americans, the swamp was very valuable. It provided food in the form of ducks, geese, fish, small mammals, deer, and edible plants. Wood from the swamp was used to build shelter and canoes. Reeds were cut for baskets. Fur from beavers, muskrats, and deer was used for clothing. Some early European settlers made a living from hunting and trapping in the swamp. Later, settlers saw little use for the wetlands. Now pay attention. This is where they changed things because they didn't see why the wetlands were valuable anymore. In the middle, it says, they built ditches to drain the land for farming. The great trees of the swamp were cut for railroad ties, ship masts, and docks. Logs were also laid side by side to form corduroy roads through wet areas. That means like the logs were laid down beside each other for vehicles to be able to drive across. Within 26 years of settlement, the Great Black Swamp was gone. Wetlands were drained for homes, roads, and businesses. Today, people are trying to protect Ohio's remaining wetlands. Ohio has several different kinds of wetlands. Some are wet for only a few weeks each year. Others hold water year-round. Some have big trees and others are covered with grasses. Because wetlands are often flooded, most plants that grow on dry land will not grow there. But plants and animals that like the water do well in wetlands. As a result, some very special places like Maggie Marsh on Lake Erie and Cedar Bog in Champaign County have been protected and are open to the public. Wouldn't you like to visit a wetland and learn more about this interesting ecosystem? All right, so you're going to go over to the other video clip that I have attached here, and we're going to take a look at kind of creating a type of wetland model in my backyard. And we're going to model out how the European settlers came and changed the wetlands themselves.